Hello everybody, my name's Star Raptor, and usually I'm talking about movies, games, or comics, but today I'm talking actually about music, but hold on, this is actually Star Wars related. I'm talking about a band that does their own metal renditions of classic Star Wars songs. This is my album review for Galactic Empire's self-titled album. Okay, so the members of Galactic Empire include Boba Fett on drums, Base Commander on bass, Dark Vader on lead guitar, Shadow Ranger on guitar, as well as Red Guard on guitar. No, I am not kidding you guys. That is literally what their names are. If you look up on their Facebook page or any other of their social media, it is just hilarious. And how they actually keep in universe with speaking in multiple interviews I've read. They all just keep it right there in Star Wars Galaxy. And this was put out by Velocity as well as Rise Records. So I'm basically going to go over every one of the 11 songs on this album. Then I'm going to go over my pros and cons of the album in general, and then give you guys a score, and that's how my process is going to go. So jumping into its first song, it is the main theme of Star Wars. Yes, that theme we always hear as soon as a crawl starts. It is just the way you want to start off an album that is dedicated to Star Wars, dedicated to John Williams. And this is something that I had a little bit of a problem with, honestly, because the beat of it, with the drums in the beginning, seems a little bit out of sync for my hearing. At least I know it's probably fine, but for whatever reason, I just can't seem to get by this certain beat that it has. However, I did like such things such as they have the early Darth Vader theme, which was really cool, as well as the lead guitar in this song really kicks ass. It really does. I also loved how they had the Leia theme at the end of this song, and you know, every time I hear the Leia theme now, it really just brings me the feels because, as you know, Carrie Fisher passed away, and that's such a big part of Star Wars. So every time I hear that, it definitely makes me feel a little bit sad. But I did like how the end of the song kind of goes down to a reverb, and then you have the lead guitar, you know, in the spotlight with the rhythm guitars to bring it out. The next song we have here is the Imperial March. As first played in The Empire Strikes Back, the Empire's theme song. And wow, was this song really good, guys. So we have the drums that are shining. Basically, the drums are doing this kind of roll, kind of esque marching band to obviously the Imperial March. It's a march song, why not? So that was a little cool thing. And they also threw in this little jazz interlude, which I really, really appreciated. Of course, this song is a little bit repetitive, but that's the nature of this song. It's about order. It's about the Empire just having that iron fist, and it just works so well with the metal vibe. Track number 3 is called Duel of the Fates. This was played in The Phantom Menace, and a lot of people out there would say this is one of the best things about the prequels, is this song in particular. Now, they went all out with this song. They included the choir, had new vocals recorded just for the song, and the beginning of the song is basically it's nice little easing you into the song. So you got this acapella kind of thing with the choir, and it slowly builds up with the drums with just like the toms, and then the distorted guitar going into there with the lead. Really, really cool. And then it picks up into this groove that you can really just bob your head to, something that's just great. The speed just picks up and picks up. Just in general, just a very high production quality on this one. And there's this great breakdown sequence that I just really, really enjoyed. So, very epic song. Moving on to track number 4, this is the Force theme. So this is the slower song, obviously, of the album because the Force theme was first played in A New Hope. You know, you have Luke looking at the binary sunset on Tatooine, and he's wondering about where he is going to go now that things have happened. And this song, the band Galactic Empire really, really did a good job with representing, you know, slowing things down with the song, just having a nice kind of ballad theme, very epic. The lead guitar is just shining, you know, leading all the way through, obviously. and a nice slow way of, ending the song. Okay, so for track number 5, we have the asteroid field. And going from the Force theme to this song couldn't be a bigger difference. So this song starts off with a bang. It's just an absolute onslaught of the Imperial March, a variation of that. You have the double bass going on the drums, and it's just absolutely awesome. This is what you want to know from the Empire. They do not let up, and obviously this is in the Empire Strikes Back with the Falcon going through the asteroid field, and I could really just put that in my mind about when I'm listening to the song. It goes so well. They did justice to this song. The drums are what really stood out to me on this one. They go, very fast to very slow breakdown kind of speeds. You got the double bass, which is killing it. You got some really awesome blast beats coming in at perfect times. The guitars in this song were awesome. I love how they changed the pace at 2:15 to another kind of part of the song. And at that part too, there's basically this guitar that sounds almost like it's electronic with the effects they are using. It's doing a sweeps. It's going up and down, as well as the lead guitar carrying it through. So awesome song. This is my favorite song on the album, actually. With track number 6, we have Battle of the Heroes. So Battle of the Heroes was first shown to us in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, I like the beginning of this song. You got the guitar just really noticeable to just kind of carrying everything together, and the drums are just kind of accenting that from the beginning. And holy crap, guys, the double bass in this song is unreal. And then you got the choir, the vocals, just like we had Duel of Fates. We got a nice, very new recording of choir on this one. And the blast beats at the mark of 2:03 to the Force theme motive was just unreal. So cool. So track number 7, we have Cantina Band. Obviously, this is heard from A New Hope. So super fun song. It's one of the funnest songs, probably the funnest song on the album. A metal flavor to a classic song. I really liked how they had like a slow little interlude at the 2:20 mark, and I really would like to see this actually played in universe. Like maybe in a Han Solo standalone movie, they could actually have like the Cantina Band with like a metal band playing it. That would be awesome. Alright, with track number 8, we have Ben's Death / TIE Fighter Attack. So this song was represented in A New Hope, and first off, I want to get this off my chest. I really didn't agree with the use of blast beats during the beginning of the song, about the first 30 seconds. I feel like with Mourning Ben's Death, which was what that part of the song was about, I feel like that beat was maybe a little bit too aggressive, not somber enough to really, grieve for the death of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then, however, at 40 seconds, it gets into a great groove of a rhythm. It breaks into something nice at 1:20, and then around a 2-minute mark, it goes into one of my favorite parts about this album in general. It goes into this really awesome 2-step rhythm part where you just want to bob your head up and down, and then it kind of closes out into getting something complex, but it's a good way to close out. With track number 9, we have Across the Stars. This song was first represented in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. So this is that slow power ballad type song, and the lead guitar, again, carries this song with heartfelt emotion. I really felt like this was an epically produced song. You have all the instruments coming together to feeling like something grand, and this song gave me the feels. Like, honestly, guys, this is one of the most beautiful songs, in my opinion, that John Williams ever has composed, and it just really gets to me with even the metal aspect such a great way, with the guitars just really bringing it all together. However, I don't really like how the drums kind of just abruptly stop and then the guitar carries on for the last couple bars of the song. I felt like it was a little out of place, like the drums just kind of end. So that's one thing I didn't like. Track number 10, The Forest Battle. So this is from Return of the Jedi, and this is basically that Ewok battle song. So I just like how the song flows. It's got this beginning where you just want to bob, and it's definitely the most complex song on the album. Just the offbeat measures and just the way that the drums are just expertly played throughout this song. At 148 specifically, there's this great effect on the lead guitar while the rhythm is kind of just picking along, but definitely an enjoyable song. Finally, track number 11, the last song, is the Throne Room / end title. So this is the ending of A New Hope / the ending of every Star Wars movie ever made, pretty much. And this is how you end the album, guys. They did a great way for starting the album with the the crawl song, the main theme. Now they're ending it with the end title screen. This is awesome. I really like how they even started this song off. They kind of just do this staggered drum fill, and it goes into one of the best fitting beats they could have possibly done from the Throne Room song, which is one of my favorites in Star Wars. It's definitely something that I really, really enjoyed. There's portions that go offbeat a little bit, that had some complexity. I like how in sync the guitars were going to the end title phase, and then the end title beginning with the sick breakdown was something I really, really liked. Really, really cool progression between different themes throughout the song, such as you have the Imperial March, then you have, Han and Leia's theme, which I would have liked to see more of Han and Leia's themes for sure, but this is definitely an epic way to end. So I'm going to get into my pros before I score this. So some things I really, really enjoyed about the album in general. First off, I really like the sequence of the songs being played. I thought it was really smart, to begin with, as I just said, the main theme and with the end credits, but just the way they kind of balanced out the original trilogy songs with the prequels. They've had a couple songs with the original trilogy, then they switch back to prequels, vice versa. They keep doing that. Really brilliant way to kind of just bring in fans of both trilogies. I also thought that they were super faithful to John Williams' original scores. They were really good with using the same motifs, and every little thing that they put in these songs really felt like it was just like a heartfelt appreciation for John Williams' genius. Awesome stuff for metalcore fans in this album. I'm a huge metalcore fan, so hearing how complex the drums were, of course this was actually recorded by the same guy who did August Burns Red. This is from the same place, Atrium Audio in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So definitely you could see a lot of similarities, and obviously the lead guitar was really, really good, as well as the rhythm guitar was absolutely phenomenal. I felt like they were really in sync throughout this entire thing. Now, the only cons I would have for this entire album was some really minor problems that I mentioned with certain instrumentation of different parts of the songs. With that being said, I'm going to score this album a 9.5 out of 10. So far, it's my favorite album of the year. Not just because it's Star Wars, because they could have screwed this up. They just did a phenomenal job with really appreciating appreciating the full encompassing effect of the Star Wars soundtrack. The Star Wars soundtrack is basically its own character in its own right. So to really just study that and actually perform it, and I really just want to see these guys live now. I think Star Wars Celebration, which is the annual Star Wars convention that they drop all the news and stuff at, and just everybody comes together to go there. These guys have to like headline one of those parties at that place, because I think people would love the hell out of this. I mean, it's a metal spin of Star Wars, so come on. I would really like to see these guys do more albums. Like, for instance, I was already thinking about, like, hey, they can do like the standalone film disc set, so they could do like the Rogue One soundtrack, they could do the Han Solo standalone, and whatever else standalone comes out. They could. I hope they do a sequel trilogy with like The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi. So these guys will have material to basically play through, basically as long as they live, because they're not going to stop making Star Wars films. That's for damn sure anytime soon. So that's going to do it for my album review of Galactic Empire's self-titled album. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. I have lots of things such as video game reviews, movie reviews, comic reviews, and lots of Star Wars content. Also, make sure you go ahead to Audio Addiction and subscribe over there for more stuff on everything music, such as live show coverage, band interviews, as well as album reviews. I want to thank you guys for watching, and may the Force be with you always. So, did you like the video? Then make sure you rate it a thumbs up, and if you did that, go over there, hit that star raptor head to subscribe to my channel. Doing so will keep you up to speed on all of my latest content, speaking of which you can see a couple of my recent uploads down below. I'm also on social media, so what are you waiting for? Let's start nerding out!